We'll continue this morning with the Geraldine Bulldogs and Coach Michael Davis. Coach Davis, a graduate of Geraldine, great running back a few years ago, and he's back to lead the Bulldogs in his first season. Coach, would you introduce the players or let them introduce themselves and give us some preseason comments about the Geraldine Bulldogs?
Yeah, absolutely. And first and foremost, we want to thank you guys for what y'all do. Promoting high school sports as a whole, I think this is awesome and incredible. It's come a long way just promoting, in the Southeast, it's awesome. But I'm going to let these guys introduce themselves, and we'll start over here at the far right.
I'm Ed Hernandez. I play middle linebacker.
Caleb Hall. I'm a running back and rover.
I'm Bo Harper, and I play quarterback and corner.
It's Kayla Benefield. I play O-line, D-line.
Yeah, I just want to give you guys an overview of our season, how things have been going so far. We've had an incredible summer. The guys have came in, they've bought in. We have 5 returning on defense and then 4 returning on offense. And there's a lot of guys that no one really knows about yet because they had to play at a young age. But we feel like we have more coming back than what we really do. But we have 4 coming back on offense and 5 coming back on defense. And these guys have done nothing but what we've asked, and above and beyond. They've had a really good offseason and balled in completely. I'm impressed where we're at. I may change my mind next week when we put the pads on, but I'll stay with that's what I think so far. But yeah.
How important for you is it in your first job as a head coach to have a returning quarterback and one of the best running backs in the county coming back to lead that offense?
Absolutely. And, Bo started quarterback for us last year, but we have 3 guys that we feel like can play quarterback for us right now. So you can just imagine how intense practice has been. These guys have been battling it out all summer. And we look forward to having those guys continue to battle it out, through fall camp. And we may not name a starting quarterback until week 2 or week 3, we don't know. So we're up to this point, we're very impressed with all 3 of them. We feel comfortable. And then this guy to the right of me, he obviously he's a very good player, and everyone knows him as a really good player. But what I'm impressed about Caleb is how much he's matured, from the last few months. Just not as the football player, but off the field. The things that he's done. He's done nothing but the right thing off the field. He hasn't missed a summer workout yet. He's been to camps all summer. He is truly buying in, and he's developing as a young man. So I'm very proud to have him back. These 2 guys right here, and then the guy to the right of me was a freshman last year. He got thrown in the fire. He played inside linebacker last year. He wasn't ready to play, but due to COVID, some guys had to play. And that's what we were faced with. So his leadership. Ed's leadership's been unbelievable. And then Kayla Benefield, he's the guy that we lean on in the trenches. He's an offensive defensive line guy. He plays tackle for us on both sides of the ball. He's been, a leader as well. He hasn't missed one summer workout. He leads by example. He's not going to say a whole lot, but when he does, people listen because they know he means business. So I'm proud to have every single one of these guys. And just because these guys are up here, there's a whole lot of guys that should be on the stage. But they were voted on by their teammates to come up here and represent Geraldine High School. But like I said, if I could have brought about 7 more guys, they'd be up here with us as well. So proud of these guys.
Coach, being that this is your first season, what is your excitement level? What will it be that first night that you finally are able to step out on the field as a head coach and be on those sidelines? And what are expectations you have for this team and for yourself this year?
The biggest deal is, and I'll go back to what we've been talking about this off season is, we took this summer just to focus on us. And people say, yeah, we focus on us, but what does that really look like? We truly focused on us all summer. No OTAs, no 7-on-7s. We truly focused on us in character development because it's bigger than the game. It's bigger than us. It's amazing what football will do for people, and what it brings to the table for these young men, but it's bigger than the game. Geraldine football has always put out a physical brand of football, but there's been something missing. So we've used this summer and this offseason to find it. And the biggest deal is for these guys to find their purpose and their reason why they play the game. So we've really focused on us all summer, and character development and showing these guys that it's bigger than them. It's about us as a team. And moving forward, I feel like it's grown us closer together this summer as well.
Well, Coach Davis, first of all, congratulations on your new job. This is for the players. Guys, Coach Waldrop has been at Geraldine. That's who you've been used to. What are the positives Coach Davis brings that you like about him so far?
The locker room is better atmosphere. There's more leaders on the field and in the field house. I guess we feel more accountable.
Not only just Coach Davis, but all the coaches that he's got coaching with him. Our relationships with the coaches are, compared to last year, they're a whole lot better. I don't know. I just like having relationships.
Like Hall said, the relationships is better with coaches, and the energy he's brought this year is more than we could ask for, and that's what I like.
The locker room, it's gotten a lot better. We have good relationships with coaches, players, everybody, the community even. And the energy that we bring every day, it's up there.
Coach, I have a two-part question. First of all, thank you. Your excitement level of being entrusted with the coaching job at your alma mater. And the second question, will we see any changes in the Geraldine offense, defense than we've seen the last few years?
Yes, and I'll answer that second question. Absolutely. Coaches always have things that they like to do offensively and defensively, but that's not always the case in what you need to be doing. You can't fit a square peg into a round hole, so you need to do what your kids can do. And it's the last man on a napkin will always win. These coaches can tell you that. But yeah, so we're going to do things a little bit different. So we'll talk about the defensive side of the ball. So our safeties have had to move around as far as scheme. We have a lot of smaller guys, and on the offensive defensive line, we don't have a whole lot of depth. So our defensive scheme has changed, and so we're putting a whole lot more speed on the field as far as defensive, and we're getting more depth because we've changed schemes and we've moved our safeties to outside linebackers, getting more athletes down there. And you say they're safeties, but these guys are physical now, and these guys, I feel like they really can play. So we've put them in position to be successful on the defensive side of the ball, and then of course, offense we have changed. I can't give these coaches in here any secrets. I'm just kidding. But yeah, we're changed offense as well to feature more of a running attack. I say that, but Geraldine, that's all they have ever done. But to feature our better players, and get the playmakers the ball and things like that, and something that fits them a little better.
Coach, when you got hired and you began the process of hiring your staff, you ended up with one young man who I'm very familiar with. He serves as youth pastor here in town at Nazareth Baptist Church, and Ethan Jones. Talk about that process of speaking to him and what that brought in with his experience at Crossville. And I know that you guys have only just begun practice really and haven't coached a down in an actual game yet together. But what has he brought to the table through all of this offseason? I've seen you guys go on these retreats to kind of build team chemistry. What has Ethan brought to the table to be your defensive coordinator?
Ethan, he knows the game, but it's bigger than that. Like we talked about, when I had the opportunity to bring in coaches, we wanted to bring in coaches that we wanted to surround these guys with, and he checked all the boxes. Ethan's a stand-up guy. He's a youth pastor. He brings a lot of energy. He's going to do things right. He's a man of integrity. I can't say enough things about Coach Jones because he's fantastic. He's fantastic for the kids. They buy into what he's saying, and he can relate to these guys. And that's really big because if he knows what they're thinking, and they know what he's thinking, it goes a long way. But they've grown really close with Coach Jones as well as me. I trust him 100%. He's loyal. I'm glad to have him. I'm glad to have him.
Hey, Coach Davis, you go from playing at Geraldine did you ever dream or imagine about being the head coach? And to the players, you see him, he played there. Is that something that y'all would like to do?
Is that a question for me? Okay. Yeah, I've had this dream since 10th grade. Since 10th grade. Now, did I ever think it would happen this fast? Obviously not, you know. But the Lord, He works in mysterious ways. I truly believe that. And it was the right timing. And I felt like I was brought here. There was times last year where it was hard to leave Crossville High School because I developed a relationship with those guys. So a lot of times last year I'd question myself, did I make the right choice? You know, just questioning when I shouldn't have. But these guys needed something, and I knew that. I knew these guys needed something. I knew Geraldine football needed something because I've seen it from a player's standpoint, what it was missing. You know, I had a fantastic coach in Coach Arnold. He did a fantastic job. But you know, times are changing. You know, times are changing, and kids need more. It's an instant gratification world now. You know, kids in social media, things like that. They want things now. You know, they want things now, and they don't really see the bigger picture. They want it now. They don't want to buy into the process, things like that. So, no, understanding what these kids need, and I can relate to these guys. You know, if I'm a relationships coach, I feel like that's what's really been missing, and because these guys, they're hungry for success. They are, and you know, the wins have been there, but they're hungry for more than that. But yeah, it's been a dream of mine since the 10th grade, to answer your question.
Question for the players. I think Coach said when he started his comments that the team elected you four to be here today to represent the team at Media Day. Would each of you speak on what that means to you to represent your team, the school, and the community there, Geraldine?
It means everything to me. You know, I love my teammates, my coaches, and I love being able to help them in need or when they need help, and they're able to help me as well. And I like having a voice in the locker room to pick them up when they're down.
Really, I like the fact that I can be called a leader around the team. It means a lot because I can tell somebody something to help them out, and they'll listen. As a running back, just the people that ain't necessarily getting a lot of playing time, like we're gonna have subs, but the ones that ain't starting, they ain't getting down or anything because they know we have enough people that we're just gonna sub in and out, and nobody will ever get tired.
It's an honor for me to be up here with these four guys, to be a leader of Geraldine football, and just being here with them just really means something to me. And I'm a senior this year, so it's going to be hard for me when I go, but I'm just proud to be up here with these men.
It's really a privilege to be able to come up here and represent the whole community, really. Like Coach said earlier, we could have 6 or 7 more people up here, but the fact that they chose us, that really means something.
Any other questions for the Geraldine Bulldogs from our media this morning? If not, thanks, Coach. Thanks, players. Good luck to the Geraldine Bulldogs. Coach, do you have played Jamboree on the 19th or the 20th?
Yes.
Okay.
We play August 20th.
Against,
at home versus Piedmont.
Against Piedmont in a Jamboree.
Absolutely.
That's big bite there for the Bulldogs, isn't it? Playing the Piedmont Bulldogs.
Depends on which Bulldogs you're talking about.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank y'all.